Hey guys, Finlux here, back with our blind playthrough of Cayne, although I am using a walkthrough because screw moon logic, basically. Um, yeah, that's basically it. It's like, yes, I'm glad the developers reduce the number of items, and so that it reduces the amount of trial and error I would have to do. And yet, at the same time, I'm just like, I don't really want to spend my time. Do I use the protein powder on, the PDA? Do I use the protein powder on the power breaker switch? Do I use the protein powder on the damaged terminal? Oh, that worked. Like, I don't want to do that. Things should make sense. Okay, hopes and dreams lie buried in this personal assistant. So that dude's dead. That's good. Right, and the other thing is like, oh, that's what he looks like? Okay. And he talked about Samantha. I mean, so I guess, right, they said they were going to all the oxygen on the ship was failing. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, who knows? Did they find the Groom Lake? Even though all the oxygen was on board, because Samantha was the thing in the iron lung. Maybe that was still alive, presumably. New Year's resolutions, very late, but who gives a shite? A few things I could improve on. Teach Moose even more cuss words. He's such a marvelous bird. I'm training him to call Sharon a fucking freak. It ain't a lie, is it? She has a screwed up arm, leg, and face. She'll be genuinely surprised when I reveal this delight to her, just having a laugh. Tone my body by increasing my cheese intake to a wheel a day. Works the bowels and adds to my sophisticated charm. Cheese equals classy. Agreed. Focus on my new VIP task. Managing the quantum fusion plant is really an easy gig. Now I won't let that on. Yeah, but I push a few buttons, add a bit of grease here and there, and Bob's your uncle. My single purpose in life is to keep the turbine spinning and well lubed. I'll keep focused so I don't botch anything up. Life support systems, who needs them? What kind of ears does an engine have? Engine ears. Ha 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 ha. Cement my place as the charming entertainer of this facility. Every morning at brekkie, is that breakfast? I will stand up and take the piss. I plan to work the crew's unique personalities into my comedy routine, just having a laugh. They'll love that, probably grill more birds than George Foreman. Drink more wine. What goes better with cheese? Yeah, cheese and wine equals extra classy. Number 6, cultivate my own curd. I found a rather unique culture growing on one of the shipping containers outside the PDT printer lab. I've also nicked a flask of Samantha's tit milk. The juice they use to keep her nippers happy. So she's got kids? Okay. With a little love, it should taste and smell better than a mature cheddar. Oh, fuck it, who am I kidding? My plan is just to be more awesome than I was last year, as if that is even possible. Moose, my soul at least a solace hath in dreams of thee, and therein knows an Eden of bland repose. So, Moose is dead? His bird? Okay, so. I read a little bit farther in the guide. I know we need to do, I think, this. Thermal magnetic circuit breaker controls something close by.
This thing sliced that charming gentleman in half. Oh, it's not important. Not right now.
Okay, which means we probably needed to deal with Samantha to slice her in half. Got it. Damaged terminal. There's supposed to be something. Okay, I don't know what this is supposed to be, but probably the IDs are important, I would guess. I don't know, they mentioned it's important. Oh, see, that's weird too. Clicking, oh, okay. Never mind, clicking on the window on the... Oh, is that the dude? He's like, what did you do? What happened? But the turbines are still running, so they didn't care. until it stopped, and then they're like, all right. Okay, so we are down here. There's other doors, which we can't do anything with at the moment. And for now, security access. Terminal, I guess? Terminal controls access to the elevator platform.
What is this place?
Oh, we got more fans. Electrified perimeter. Neat. Most of the power of the facility has been diverted to the barrier.
A way out, I hope.
Right, so is this another ship? I would assume so, if it was a Black Ops research facility or whatever. Okay. Oh, interesting.
What the fuck was that? A monster. An animal.
Then run.
No. No, it's okay. I'm safe. Thank goodness. It hit the electric perimeter. I think that startled it.
That's good.
Not good. The elevator's on the other side of that same
Oh,
ledge.
there's the elevator.
Oh, that's bad.
Hopefully if I get to the elevator, whatever it is, won't be there. I'm going with a glass half full approach.
You need to protect yourself. Find a weapon.
I can't go one-on-one with that thing. Like, especially in this state. I feel so slow. It's huge. And it's covered in blood.
You think it killed everyone?
Killed, ate, I don't know. But this place is deserted. Maybe when the power went off,
Yeah.
I let that thing out.
Well, they got what they deserved.
Oh, God. Did I? I killed them all.
They deserved it. They blinded me. Tried to kill you and your child. They deserved it.
Yes. Yeah, I guess.
Survival of the fittest. Man to man.
Woman.
Man to woman. Just keep moving, Hadley. I'm counting on you. Your baby is counting on you.
It's because of this baby that I'm in this damn mess.
How does whoever that voice person thing is know? First off, did she mention her name? I think maybe she did, but well, okay, maybe it's not super creepy. All right, let's click on the terminal. Did I? Okay, let's go to there. Okay. Oh, jeez. Uh-huh. Oh. See. Alright, I mean, I know it's stupid, but you wouldn't think you can click on the locks? EDT printer room, which presumably is this? Can we use it on all of these? No. Birthing lab. Yeah. Brain emulation. Okay. So, alright. Well, cool. And I don't know what this arrow or those are, but... PDT printer room. Alright, let's go there, I guess. I assume that's where we're supposed to go? All right. I mean, I like the look. I like the look of the game, you know? Okay, that's something there. Fuse bucks. Sparks snap and sputter out of an access panel on the wall. Let's click on the fuse box, because it looks like maybe we get a fuse or something.
The fuse is melted.
Okay. And so we need one? Is that what this is? The fuse? Okay. Yep. Click on the padlock just after the green. Enter it unlocked. Force field deactivated. Go to the fuse box. It's melted. Combine the ID card with the protein container. Use the ID card with protein on the fuse box to get an imprint. Use the blade to cut the card. Use the cut ID card on the fuse box. Okay. Okay, so. Okay.
That worked out better than I thought it would.
Yeah, that's weird. And then I need to use the blade on it? Melted circuit breaker is now imprinted on the card surface. Okay, cut ID card. It's basically a clone of the melted circuit breaker. Now what?
Well done, me.
Tendrils. Tendrils of fungi move lazily. Fungi in the dry air. Where's the tendrils? Oh, these things? Okay. I assume we go in here now. This is where we get eaten.
Sorry, I mean... Gee whiskers.
What is it?
It's... brains.
Brains?
Brains.
Animal?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, in the jars. Like here, and medical hologram in there. Bloated brain floating in vat. Lumps of tissue have started to separate from the frontal and occipital lobes and squirm like bloodless tentacles in the preservation fluid. Alright, so we have another PDA. Let's read this. The portraits are interesting, right? They're oh, Sharon, she's the freak, quote unquote, but they're reminiscent of the Fallout 1, like the clay models that they did the scanning of to make the actual NPCs in the game. So anyway, we got a lot of stuff to read, so let's do that. Sharon Cayne Musk. Oh, interesting. So she's a daughter of Cayne that married into a different family? That fucking bitch. I mean, I get it. She's John's daughter. She's a big deal or whatever. Who's John? Marichek? But I'm a Cayne, and that spoiled brat needs to know her place, so maybe I'm not her biological mother, not some nobody gutter whore from the dust colonies. But her father and I are lovers now, and she has to accept that and show some respect. I think I'm going to start insisting she call me mother, just for today's insolence. And I could probably use John's pathetic piety to play the two of them off each other when she inevitably defies me. That should be amusing. Besides, without me, the whole team would be totally screwed because I'm the only one who can go near Samantha. Me, not Julia, not even John, me. Samantha and I have a mutual understanding, I think. An experiential bond. Me with my disabilities and she with her idiosyncrasies. Ever since the stroke, people treat me like I'm different, like I'm other. So I can empathize with her. She's more than just a product to me. She's a collaborator, a conspirator even. It's not like anybody else knows about our special experiments. Okay, the stroke makes more sense. The CEO has arrived at the facility. If I hadn't handled some of the paperwork myself, I'd probably have known anyway, because John was especially devout about his purification rituals when we met last night. I was still scrubbing blood out of the upholstery this morning, the shit I tolerate for my career prospects. The hell? Okay. Since when am I accountable to the fucking support staff? That Danny Bolin has become a constant and insufferable nuisance, skulking around in my lab and asking too many questions. He's in charge of managing the facility's life support systems, not our research work. I told Samantha about it. She said I should bring her Danny's pet parrot. I think she said that. It's the kind of thing she would say. Ah. Okay. I was like, wait, is Samantha actually a human member? But no. No, during the weekly inventory I realized 2 grubs are missing from the habitat. Julia's sleazy friend from Mind Transfer has been hanging around our department lately. He's expressed an overly keen interest in our specimens. Did he take them, and for what? From Sharon to Danny. Your bird got into Samantha's birthing lab somehow and was killed. It may be some consolation to know that, despite such a regrettable tragedy, we've gleaned valuable information about Samantha's behavior in the process. She prefers to prolong the suffering of her prey, for example. This could be useful in our research. Sorry about that. That's funny. I mean, it's not funny, but you know. Okay, I think John and Julie aren't talking to each other. Between the food poisoning epidemic, a frustrating lack of real progress in our department's work, and her consistent refusal to properly acknowledge me as part of the family, I guess everything is a bit volatile at the moment. Samantha thinks it's hilarious, but I'm questioning my own precarious position in the middle of things now. John is locking himself up in his office and sulking all day isn't exactly helping me, and Julia's sullen disregard is now turning into blatant hostility. Not fucking constructive, Sharon. Samantha has been sort of subdued for the last week or so. She won't tell me what the problem is, but I think it might be something to do with the temperature in the labs. Danny is enforcing new atmosphere maintenance regulations, ostensibly to eliminate thermal fluctuations in food storage as a possible reaction for the rations spoiling, but I suspect it's petty revenge for the parrot incident. With the temperature now kept below the habitat's usual 95 degrees, however, Samantha's grubs are drowsy and morose. Her grubs. So the question is, the thing that we saw, was that Samantha or was that one of her children? I visited the atmosphere control room today to see if I could adjust the temperature in the labs, and I made the most intriguing discovery. Somebody has been collecting body parts and making some sort of thing. An organic simulacrum, maybe. I must assume this is some secret, obviously desperate new research development in Dr. Adams' department, so I've told John and Julia about it. Tensions have now been temporarily forgotten as our team redoubles its own efforts to resolve the problems of advanced organ regrowth. Samantha has become increasingly uncooperative, though. I think she liked it when everybody was preoccupied with circumstantial drama and not her. My personal stem cell therapy project has had some unanticipated results. I've developed what appears to be a cluster of sphincter-like gland ducts around my lower abdomen, groin, and upper thighs, somewhat resembling those found in the more mature grub specimens, that emit some sort of musky, jellyish discharge, perhaps a pheromone. Did I mix up my glial regeneration sequences, or were the samples contaminated? It doesn't matter now. John's become obsessed with them. I suppose the flagellation thing should have clued me into his predilection for kinky sex stuff, but this is a whole other level. I won't lie though, it's kind of hot. What the actual fuck? Clinical improvement on my mobility and speech issues is limited, however, so that's a bust. Shit. So she's experimenting on herself to try and fix the stroke, and she's using presumably Samantha's stuff. Samantha's DNA or genes. We've been in lockdown for a week and only briefly released today for an emergency drill. Something is going on around here, but nobody's talking about it. First the food poisoning, then the fungus infestation, and now what? I'm down to my last pack of cigarettes. I shouldn't have taken this fucking assignment. I'm not even directly related to Cayne, only through marriage, and my second cousins at that. But here I am, stuck in this crumbling science museum, sleeping with a decrepit zealot pervert, trying to mend my troubled relationship with the creature from the Black Lagoon, because it's the only really meaningful thing I have in here. What have I become? Private message from Julia to Sharon. Sharon, we need to discuss the situation with Samantha. It's important. Meet me in the birthing lab nexus in 15 minutes. The unlock code is Aero++ electric. Okay. Bloodstained bed. Okay. Tell me what I need to do. Okay, we got that. Pass the door. Click the PDA in the ground. Rate it. You'll find a code. Middle brain. Now you know what PDT is. You need a blank PDT template and cryo regulator. Okay, so exit the room. Exit the hallway. Okay, so we don't even have enough we need for this.
Personal data tag printer. PDT. This must be how they're making the security tags.
There
Yeah.
must be an easier way.
This facility seems to do things the hard way. I've heard of spinal tagging on animals, right into the nervous system. Maybe this is like an upgrade. But these aren't animals.
Sure we are. We're just meat puppets.
Yep.
Puppets? You had an interesting childhood.
Hi, friend. I'm Ralph. Let's print the PDT together.
Okay. Well, I cannot. Presumably we need to find those pieces. So let's go to the thing. It was Aero plus plus thingamabob. Aero plus plus electricity. Yeah, this is a bit more cinematic. They're like forcing you to go through the certain things. Like you probably had to click on that. Oh, hello. Okay, so they did find the Groom Lake. It's interesting because my understanding was that what's his name? Milan. He didn't want the Groom Lake found by anyone, including Cayne. I mean, obviously that got... And I know they launched a SOS beacon or something, but that was like a month prior, so it's presumably... Well, then again, I guess the engine's busted, so... Who knows? Who knows what happened? It would explain why John... Maybe he got rescued or something? Okay, which one? The birthing lab? Brain emulation lab. Birthing lab nexus.
Is there anything else you can make out around you?
No. Deep thumping noise. Like a machine.
Another generator, maybe? Focus on the last thing you do remember.
I can't. There are flashes. A hospital. Family. Well, they didn't like me much.
Join the club.
They wanted what I have.
Oh? What's that?
Money. My name.
Cayne?
Then they left me. Or I pushed them away.
Why?
They weren't good enough. They weren't willing to put in the hard work. Wanted to be given things. Given. The things that I bled over.
Well, I don't talk to Mother anymore. And my dad... Well, no clue who he is. She was distant. Maybe she was always like that. Maybe I was just unlikable. She sure made it clear, often enough, that I was too much like him. That she saw too much of him in me.
I'm sorry, Hadley. Sometimes we unintentionally hurt the ones we love.
Such greeting card bullshit. You don't hurt the people you love the people you love.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. Anyway, so what was Cayne's memories implanted inside her child? Is that what happened? I don't know. Is this security hologram? Area bell on this door must be important to warrant such security. Okay, so we got two ways. We're going to okay. Facility hub. Open the second padlock. Birthing lab nexus. Go to the birthing lab nexus. Go to the left. Correct temperature for the habitat and a code to unlock the crew facilities. Okay. Okay. Let's quick save just to be sure. Weird random things. I'm hungry. Oh. Those are the grubs, huh? Glass barrier. Optically transparent polymer forms a particularly resistant barrier to the grub habitat. Grubs. Specimens in the habitat are inert and unresponsive, perhaps in some sort of induced coma. Atmosphere readout. Primitively summarize current temperature, humidity, toxicity, other status levels of the specimen habitat. Terminal. So, grubs are Samantha's kids? Yeah. Julia Kern logged in. Check in. And these are the grubs. Okay. Caligula exhibited extreme aggression. Mao consumed 5 appendages from Nero. I supplied raw meat and plasma to encourage brood gas production. Okay. Cubic meter of gas shipped to the Kern lab for the subjugation of Samantha. Possible rupture in the grub containment enclosure causing a brood gas leak that is agitating Samantha. Making note of the crew facilities password in case Bolin locks me out again. Flag, arrow, plus. Was I supposed to get something? Okay, find the correct temperature for the habitat. A code to unlock the crew facilities. Okay. Top door, check the PDA, read it, take the whip. Okay. Pull the lever. Take the voice recorder. Okay. Alright, we'll probably have to look at the thing again. Flag, arrow plus, I think.
Jesus.
You're scared.
Heck yeah, I'm scared. This place. Who could create this?
Monsters.
Yep. Alright, so, floating corpse, lacerated ribs and flesh and muscle tissue frame the shattered vertebrae like some grotesque work of art. A mangled PDT clings to the spinal cord. Alright, cool. Where, voice recorder... Okay, so let's take the whip. A strip of leather sways gently. Looks like it's attached to something submerged in that stuff. Oh, organic fluid? Smells like an abattoir. I don't know what that is, but alright, let's get the whip. Restraining harness. Oh, she has a code on her arm. Property of Cayne Corporation. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Broken lever mechanism. Oh, yeah, PDA. Ah, Professor John Kern. Oh, man, look at all these.
They were growing someone. They were trying to grow Cayne.
Cloning is unpredictable. Cloning an individual is impossible.
It sounds like they were using something special. Something called Samantha.
Today's a holy day. Hendry Cayne himself has arrived. Henry? It's supposed to be Henry or Hendry? I think it's supposed to be Henry, but whatever. Frozen and waiting for the great harvest to come. Soon the flesh of the immortal vessel will bring him new life. We're closer than ever, and I know it. The race has begun. I will not allow Dr. Adams, the heretic he is, to win. No, Cayne will not allow it. He knows his plan, and he knows that it ends with me. Our Leviathan is Samantha. Nothing on earth is her equal. A creature without fear. The Book of Job 41:33. Never again will he die. Never again will he feel pain. Never again will he leave us. He will be reborn of his own duplicate flesh, and not that of Adam's and his ridiculous mind transfer parlor trick. Ah, is that what happened? We're getting closer. Our next patient has undergone the new and improved genetic fusion procedure and is reacting well. The spinal cord has been killed, meaning the dead cells will need to regenerate and reform into a functioning spine. No signs of physical rejection thus far, and cellular regeneration is slowly beginning. It should reconstruct itself overnight. Our Lord has stricken us with inadequacy. We have failed yet again. This is my fault, and I must, as always, accept responsibility. This time I've added hooks to my whip, and I shall flagellate until dawn. I will elaborate on the results after I've taken time to reflect. Fusing Samantha flagellate is where you whip yourself, your back, with your whatever. The crazy devout ones do it. Fusing Samantha's DNA with the patient's causes the newly regenerated spinal cord to expand drastically, forcing the vertebrae to audibly pop into even halves. Soon after, the patient's immune system attacked the rogue spinal cells, which in turn retaliated by killing off all other attached nerves. In the end, the patient succumbed to asphyxiation as the new cells burned through oxygenated blood more quickly than the lungs could produce it. Another failure, but still not a wasted body. Praise be, I've spent the day, or at least most of it, reflecting on our Savior's brilliant plan. The pieces slide into place. Samantha, myself, and the almighty Cayne in the same facility. The planets are aligning. The end draws near, or perhaps the beginning. Glad we finally found a use for Ralph. We've put him to a more productive task. Ha, his blasphemous lectures about the fungal plague is the result of poor hygiene. We're getting on my nerves. It is Cayne's doing. The plague is retribution for his sins, for our sins. So he is a... Oh, he worships Cayne. So it's not just a corporation, it's like a church. I mean, that's how things are going to be, I think, in the future. Very potentially, right? Corporations are, are churches. Tonight we test again. We'll be using the same procedure as before. Well, they probably thought he was Jesus or something, or the Messiah. We'll be using the same procedure as before. This time an enzyme inhibitor will be introduced to prevent excess tissue generation. We must not accept failure. We will bask in the light of Cayne's restored glory. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be heard of the second death. Revelation 2:11. Still, the patient lives. However, it has exhibited some concerning symptoms. Although the spinal cord has stopped regenerating at an appropriate time, arms and legs will occasionally twitch, or more accurately, flail. It seems the spine has control over the connected limbs. Patient is no longer viable. After a promising start, regenerative tissue again expanded beyond intention. Surprisingly, patient's removed vocal cords were reconstructed. Of course, it did not understand speech. Must have been frightened by its own inhuman screaming as it immediately tore its own throat out. After some gurgling, it regenerated within hours. Then terrible screaming and bloody extraction. A cascade of rotting tissue. The previous throats began to form a dangling, bleeding scarf as the patient continued to tear itself apart. That's gross. Oh, that abomination. As far as Sharon can tell, Adam's unrighteous creation has wasted his precious flesh in making a toy of some kind. Just like its creator, the abomination has been an unholy waste of resources. Even a name such as hobo is an undeserved grace. It is an animal and nothing more. Pestilence strikes. The fungal thread is weak now, but soon it will spread to our food and our bodies if it hasn't already. This is our first and perhaps final warning to make haste. I've traced the spores to a cargo shipment earlier in the year, but I have no idea how they became so virulent. Behold, with the great plague will Cayne smite thy people, and thy children, and all thy goods. 2 Chronicles 21:14. Really, is that where the... I'm curious about that. Let's look this up. I assume this is the actual Bible. Okay. 2 Chronicles 21:14, 21. The Lord will strike your people, your children, your wives, and all that is yours with a great plague. I mean, that's according to the USCCB. Okay. Yeah, so... Right. The fungus is having observable impact on the cellular regeneration process. One patient began to develop a film of what resembled reptilian scales, complete with a secondary set of eyelids. This is unacceptable. The spinal regeneration process has been mastered. Almost any tissue can now be perfectly constructed, but it's impossible to get definitive results with this interference. Cayne, if you truly seek rebirth, why do you hinder me so? Is this not the time? Surely there is a reason. Samantha scratched several demonic scrawls into an insignificant employee's back. I warned them not to get close to the succubus. She is the devil. Sometimes we need to make a deal with hell to get closer to heaven. Forgive me, Cayne. I succumbed to Sharon's temptation and had a romantic dinner, rather than working late, as I should have. Watch and pray that ye not enter into temptation. The spirit is indeed willing, but the flesh is weak. 1 Timothy 6, 11-12. My repetitive failure has indeed had an impact on my faith. I'm being tested. For the love of Cayne, I shall rise above. Today I noticed my laboratory is missing several incubators. The last inventory check was several months ago, so it could have gone missing at any time. This is undoubtedly the work of Adams, but why? He certainly doesn't need the equipment, and I could certainly spare it. Perhaps the hobo is involved. It is disconcerting at best. Time is of the essence. Samantha's escape today is likely to be the first of many, and we will eventually run out of ways to subdue her. The re-engineered grubs are producing a potent gas that is driving the beast to fluster. Whether she kills us all or we find a way to kill her first, neither outcome revives Cayne. I will not rest until he is returned to intervene. From this point forward, I live for nothing else. Interesting. Pull the lever.
That was nasty.
Yeah. Womb. A uterus made of flesh and machine. Okay. Well, voice recorder then. Authoritative voice broadcast from the tiny recording device. Let's get that. Voice recorder.
John Kern, note to self. All that have not fins and scales in the seas, and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. Leviticus 9:10.
Interesting. Okay, what, was it flag, arrow, plus? Let's find out again.
So they use these little guys to control Samantha. And the gas they give off when they touch dead tissue calms her? I need to catch one.
Is that how that works? The gas they give off calms her when it touches dead tissue. That's weird as shit. Flag, arrow, plus. Okay. Biological growth. Yeah. A greenish gaseous smog lingers around the composite mass of flesh, muscle fiber, bone, and other organic matter. I'm really curious about the universe. The universe itself is very creative. Like what they're doing. They're trying to raise Cayne back up. Okay, we're gonna go here. It'll open another door. I was really hoping to get finished with another one of these, or like to finish this tonight. I might have to do another episode. Okay, it's only a couple left, right? Crew facilities, I think that's this one. Arrow.
It worked.
Good, I
This
totally
can't
forgot.
be how I meet my end. I have so much more inside of me. I have so much more to give to the world.
Yep. As This wasn't my plan either. This wasn't how it was supposed to be.
You're young. You can get through this.
And then, I'm stuck. Stuck with a baby. It's not a life. Not fair for either of us.
There are other choices.
Bingo! I did make a choice. It didn't end well. Women in my family have bad luck with babies. I'm continuing a proud family tradition.
Yeah, I mean, this person never introduced themselves, but clearly they are Cayne. Crew facilities. Alright.
So, this is where the monsters play.
Still no sign of anyone?
Do plants count? This horrible place must have had more people around.
Boom box. A retro tape cassette is loaded into the decks with the label Brosef Megamix number 69. 69, dudes! Okay. Scented greenhouse. Bent stripper pole. Steel pole is damaged, probably still useful somehow. It doesn't look... How tall is it? Well, anyway. Tell me what I'm supposed to do, oh guide. Okay, pull the lever, voice recorder, leave, go back into the crew facilities, go to the boombox, use the voice recorder on it? Why? Take the bent stripper pole. Pass the left door. Go to the left side of the elevator to unlock a missable story achievement. Okay. Alright, well, okay. Let's click on the boombox first. No. Good music, though.
Voice file captured.
Can I get a JOSEPH?
Voice recorder Joseph Bueno. Okay. See, it's so small.
Get a JOSEPH? Yeah, the beat goes on. Don't forget your free autographed photo of me, sealed with a kiss.
Oh, you're supposed to hear that every once in a while? Okay. Just minor. Oh, there's a PDA up there. Crap. I don't know if you can go this way, though.
I never know if I should be shouting for help or keeping quiet. Hello? Hello? Shit! Okay, keep it quiet.
Good call. Okay, locked crew quarters. Awesome Danny Boland. Empty apartment. Dr. S. Adams. Okay. Well, it said go to the doorway.
Oh, terribly decorated.
How is there so much blood? Alright. Go to the doorway with the blood dragging trace. Julia Kern's room. Read the PDA on the bed. Take the discarded equipment, which is a blank PDT. Mangled safe. Take the photo. Commons facility hub. Okay. All right. So read the PDT. Discarded equipment and thing. Yep, okay. Let's get those first, can we? Shattered paper. Where is the mangled electronic safe? It looks like the door has been chewed off its hinges. Why?
Oh my god. I know him. I know this guy.
What guy?
There's a photo of... Oh shit.
Old boyfriend?
Drunken bar night and a morning full of regrets. They paid for the procedure. They chose the hospital.
Who?
Cayne Corporation.
Oh, interesting. So he's literally... The baby is literally... Cayne's... Of the blood of Cayne, right? Discarded equipment. Small light illuminates the device on the floor.
The PDT. And it looks unused.
How do you know?
No blood on it. And it doesn't smell like rotting meat.
Personal diary lies idle. So we'll read this and then we'll probably stop for now. Julia Kern. Yeah, she looks crazy too. Daddy's anxious. He won't admit it, but I think the idea of having Cayne in stasis here bothers him. He knows his work is coming along slowly. He's scared to fail in his holy light, but knows that he will. Or Daddy. Wait, so Cayne is not dead. Cayne's in stasis? Or maybe he did die and like at the moment of his death they preserved his body or something? Oh, that's Sharon. I'm sure it's her temptation that is leading my daddy to failure. She keeps him from punishing himself like he should. Oh, so she's religious also, kind of? Religious, they worship Cayne. Anyway. She scolds me for calling him daddy because she thinks I'm too old. Excuse me, but I was raised with a little thing called values. Besides, she wants me to call her mom. Double standards, right? Joseph is so special. Do you ever feel like something is just meant to be? It's such a tacky feeling to describe, but it's true. It's cliche for a reason. How can you have nostalgia over someone you just saw a couple of minutes ago? I don't know, but it's the best feeling in the world. Babysitting Samantha's brood is easier when I know I can go see him afterward. Another day, another load of brood gas harvested. I understand you need it to keep Samantha calm, but it's such a pain to watch over her oversized maggots. Of course, why bother with the gas when we could stick Sharon in there to calm her down as well? They'll look about the same anyway, haha. Did I mention how much I hate working with this bitch? It's bad enough she's screwing my daddy, but I have to work with her every single fucking day. Time to vent. I've really been thinking about how Samantha only lets Sharon handle her, and it pisses me off to no end. Joseph could cheat on me and I'd still be angrier about Sharon and her stupid lopsided face. I wish that witch would stop trying to micromanage my family. 1st of May is always so romantic. Spring is here. I mean, it probably is somewhere or other. There aren't really seasons here. Sometimes the atmospheric controls break and tries to either freeze or burn us to death, though. That counts as seasons, I think. It's a tough life. Nothing can ever just be okay, you know? If somebody isn't sick, you could bet they're tired or hungry or stressed out. There's nowhere I'd rather be, though. Most people don't get to live with their daddy forever, much less a 5-minute walk from their perfect boyfriend. Plus, I'm working for a righteous cause. It's all worth it. Ew, fungus. They say it's all inside the ventilation system, and now it's starting to settle on the outside of the vents. Maybe that's why everyone got food poisoning. How long has this stuff been around? It smells like old feet. The food poisoning, though, in the Groom Lake? Is it Groom Lake or Gloom Lake? I think Groom Lake was, it wasn't because of the fungus, it was because they were deliberately tainting it with drugs. I think. Or maybe they deliberately soiled... Well, I mean, they broke the food at first to get the new rations in, which were tainted or laced with drugs. Work's getting even harder for Daddy now that this fungus is everywhere. I've just the thing, though. I can make sure Dr. Adams doesn't use this as an opportunity to get ahead. Tonight, I'll level the playing field. Joseph likes to bring me into Adam's workspace when we get really romantic. I'm sure he won't notice if some information gets deleted, right? Sharon says her face is so disfigured because she had a stroke and lost control of the muscles that are supposed to hold the right side of it together. I'd have a stroke too if I'd lived knowing I was such a helpless idiot. Except I'd do the right thing and just off myself so the rest of the gene pool didn't have to deal with me. It's been a really long time since Daddy's told me a story about Mommy. When I was a teenager, he put me to sleep every night with a story about the two of them before I was born and how happy they were. He denies it, but I think her death has a lot to do with his decision to practice medicine. Now, though, he insists it was his calling from Cayne since he was a child, and that Mommy was just an insignificant cog in the machine of life. I understand. Everyone copes differently. Dr. Adams has done it. He's mapped Cayne's mind into a new host. No rejection. This isn't how it was supposed to happen. Daddy just needs more time. I've rewritten the results and updated the ARM computer with Joseph's login details. But I'm not sure how long I can keep this up. Cayne, help us all. Okay. Joseph struck me hard across the face. Does he know I've been sabotaging the research? He called me Grublina while he ravaged me with some over-the-knee spanking and whips lightly across my back. Does he still love me? Oh, I know he does. It's a blessing from Cayne. Samantha broke free today and killed 5 security guards. Why is this good? I managed to sneak over Ralph during a commotion and print a PDT. I used Joseph's high-level security clearance details. Also managed to grab a blank one. I'll save it for a rainy day. Daddy hasn't slept in 3 whole days. He barely eats. And what has Sharon done? She's distracted him. He needs to focus on Cayne. Maybe it's time I finally give her what she deserves. Joseph has been cold towards me despite me submitting to another beating and some light strangulation. I mean, some women do like the kinky stuff. Bueno and I... Oh, Joseph Bueno? Okay. Bueno and I are over. The bastard. He admitted to me that Adams paid him earlier this year to fuck a young girl. Was she prettier than me? Does she believe that pain is pleasure? No. No, this cannot continue. I'll lure Sharon over to Samantha's cell and use Joseph PDT to release Samantha on her. I just need a little human flesh to get the broodlings buzzing, and Samantha will do the rest. With the security thinned after the incident, nobody will ever find out. Even if they do figure it out, Joseph will get the blame. Ah, I see. This is it. The power is just turned off for maintenance or something. I've decided to take care of that Sharon, and then I can set things straight for Daddy. Praise be to Cayne a bunch of times. Okay. So now I believe we go where? Right, so we did that. Go back. Okay. Back to the birthing lab. Gross. Okay. Pretty gross. But let's go back to the birthing lab first, and then we'll walk faster, honey.
I love Juca-Cola. Love it.
They say it's made from people.
Juca-Cola is made of love and happiness.
They say it's made from people? Like Soylent Green? Also, it's deliberately addictive. Birthing lab. Birthing lab Nexus, I should say. Praise be to Cayne. Also, this game is a little bit unoptimized because my computer's working. Yeah, okay, so... I mean, I guess we could do... Oh, yeah, okay. I guess we could do this now. Broken lever mechanism, that makes sense.
If I turn it around, it might fit. Maybe if I jam it in. On second thought, that won't work.
Really? Did I do that wrong? Combine the stripper pole with the blade. Use the makeshift lever. Politically correct term is exercise pole. Oh. Oh, okay. So you put the blade in? All right. I don't get it, but okay. I don't know how you combine them either, but whatevs. All right, let's pull the lever.
Holy Toledo. What's the worst that could happen? I'll be darned. Like cracking open a lobster. I think I'm gonna hurl.
Never did like seafood.
Ugh. I think I'll be giving it a skip going forward.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw that, but the womb opened and a bunch of bodies fell out. Floating corpse. Mangled PDT. What do I do with this?
I can do this.
Another... Another broken PDT? And what happened to the corpse? It just sank or something? Oh! Wait. Oh. Hello? Where am I? I didn't know that was going to happen. I thought we died. Oh. How? So a body came out and pulled us through, and then we swam out here?
That was nasty.
Okay. Was that supposed to happen? I assume so. Let me yeah, okay. Alright, well let's okay. Well, quick save. Alright guys, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. As always, guys, questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, or indifferent, let me hear them. Do try and read all of them. Do try and respond to all of them as well. Man, I'm hungry. I wanted to wait. Actually, I only wanted to do 2 episodes and then I was going to eat, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to see if I can finish this tonight. I'm really hoping there's only another hour left. Or less. But we'll see. Excuse me. This is a bit more grotesque than the previous one was. They've sort of won me over a little bit. You know? With the body horror and stuff. I think, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so what is your guys' unique puzzle moment for today? For me, I picked up one of those. The grocery store that I go to has these just really fantastic tiny little tiramisu things. And I was basically done with it because the last time I had one, I was like, you know. But I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna get one. So I will. I mean, that'll be my dinner, assuming I ever finish this thing. Well, cake for dinner. Yeah, exactly. Still, whatevs. You know, that's my unique puzzle moment. Hopefully, your guys just as good, if not better. Hopefully, better, of course. And I hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.